Hi everybody. This video is all about medians and triangles. And with a lot of things in mathematics, the key is just knowing what this word means. A median is a segment that goes from the vertex of a triangle. So from here we're going from vertex R and we're connecting that to the midpoint of the opposite side. So what that means is SC and QC are congruent because C is the midpoint. And that's how we're going to set up our algebra in this problem. You just have to be careful. So here, QS is this entire side. Whereas CS, I'll do this in blue, CS is smaller. More particularly, CS is half of the entire side. That's because C is the midpoint. It's halfway between Q and S. So the blue line is half of this red line. Or if you prefer, the red line is double the blue line. And that's what equation we're going to write down. The red line, 4x minus 2, is double the blue line, 1 plus x. So you can solve this equation in the calculator or by hand, it doesn't really matter. I don't have a calculator open. So 4x minus 2 is 2 plus 2x. Now subtract 2x from both sides. We have 2x minus 2 equals 2. And then add 2 to both sides. So we get 2x equals 4. And then divide by 2. You get x equals 2. Now just be careful. Make sure you actually answer the question that you're being asked. And that is, find side QS. Well, we have this expression for QS, 4x minus 2. So we know that QS is equal to 4 times 2 minus 2. That's 8 minus 2, which is 6. So that's just basically how to deal with medians. Pause the video if you want to review this problem, because I'm about to go on to something else. Now, what gets a little bit more interesting is when we have a triangle with two medians drawn that intersect each other. And then we have to be quite a bit more careful. So if you look at this picture, we have a median from H to T and a median from G to U. And we're asked about GX, GU, so we're asked about parts of this median. So what I like to do when dealing with more than one median that intersects each other is I like to think about this as the entire median from G to U, and then need to turn on my pen here, and then this part of the median from G to X, which not very creatively I like to call the larger portion of the median, and then again, not very creatively, from X to U, this smaller portion of the median. Now, I've already written this over here on the right side of the screen. When you have more than one median and they intersect each other, the relationship between the parts is given in this bubble. So the larger portion of the median is 2/3 of the entire median. The smaller portion of the median is 1/3 of the entire median. And then if you look at these two equations at the top, since 2/3 is double 1/3, what that means is the large part is 2 times the smaller part. So it's double. So what we have to do in this question is just be somewhat careful and make sure we identify what it is that we're looking at. So GX, G to X, that's 2x minus 6, but more importantly, that's the larger part of the median. Whereas GU, G to U, that's the entire median. So that's the whole thing. Unfortunately, you do have to commit this to memory. The large part of the median is 2/3 of the entire median. So we have 2x minus 6 equals 2/3 times 9 plus x. So you can solve this equation by hand, or you can solve it in the calculator. It doesn't really matter. I still don't have a calculator open. What I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply by 3 on both sides of the equation to make the fraction go away. So on the left-hand side, we're going to have 6x minus 18. On the right-hand side, the 3 cancels with the 3 in the denominator, leaving me with just this 2. So I have 18 plus 2x. So now if we subtract 2x, we have 4x minus 18 equals 18. And then if you add 18 to both sides, we have 4x is 36. Divide by 4, and you get x equals 9. As is the case with a lot of these questions, make sure you answer what is being asked. We need to find gx. So gx is 2 times 9 minus 6. I get this by looking at the expression that describes gx. So that's 18 minus 6, which is 12. And again, this came from, unfortunately, having to memorize the relationship between the large part, the small part, and the entire median. If you want to look at this example, please pause the video while I erase this and go to the next example. So there's variations on this theme, but it's all summarized in the little bubble on the right-hand side of the screen. If you know the relationship between the large part, the small part, and the median, you'll be fine. So the next question we just have to identify what is the large part, the small part, and the median. So let's see. In this question, we know something about ds. Well, that's the large part, and we know something about SG. That's the small part. So in our little thought bubble over here, which again you do need to memorize, we have the large part is double the small part. So I can turn that into an equation. The large part is 5x minus 1. That's double the small part, 1 plus 2x. Now solve this equation in the calculator by hand. 5x minus 1 is 2 plus 4x. And now if we subtract 4x, 5x minus 4x is 1x. Add 1 to both sides, and you get x equals 3. Like in a lot of these questions, just be careful. Let's find what was being asked for. We want to find SG. So SG is 1 plus 2 times x, but I know x is 3, so 1 plus 6 is 7. Anyway, that's how you deal with medians. There's one more possible example. If you have the small piece and you have the entire median, you could use this equation that's in the middle. This video is too long already though, and this will take care of all the basic things that you have to do with medians of triangles. Hope this helped. See you next time.